you're a Vietnam vet, just like anything else, just be proud of who you are. If you served your country, whether you served in a conflict that even you didn't agree with, you take the oath and you follow orders. And if you upheld your oath and obeyed the orders you were given, then you should hold your head high and go back into civilian life and not worry about it a minute. Getting shot at is always a highlight, but our mission mostly was to sit right next to the shoreline and provide essentially floating artillery support for the Army when they had a call for fire or they got ambushed or they needed artillery support. We also did coastal interdiction, so if arms were being shipped from North Vietnam south to Viet Cong, one of our jobs was to interdict those sampans and seize the weaponry. My friends that were civilians and other folks, they were not pro-war, but they weren't anti-war. I'd seen some of that on campus as a ROTC student, but there were many places, particularly on the West Coast, where soldiers who returned, it was in the news all the time, were spit on and just were not well received. Compare that to the soldiers coming back from OIF and OEF, Desert Storm. It was 180 degrees out. The public was very much behind those guys and gals, and the receptions they received were not only heartrending, but they were well deserved. So I think it's partly a generational thing. There was so much angst around the Vietnam War because we had a draft, and so many people did not want to go and get shot that it ripped families apart, it ripped lives apart, and the rest of it was so much built into that I don't think we would have gotten a good welcome home regardless. But that seemed to be well past us by the 80s, to the extent that by the 90s the public was very much appreciative of what we did. If I'm a Vietnam vet with lingering issues, whether it's Agent Orange or some kind of disability-related issues, it's a better VA today than it was 10 years ago. And I would encourage any Vietnam vet who's got issues that have arisen since they left the military to get to the VA and make sure they understand what their benefits are and what disability rating they might be eligible for.